Have you ever seen the map of that one thing that happened in Las Vegas that we're not allowed to talk about? Yeah, there's like a whole map on the internet. You gotta check this out. So open up a search engine, whichever one you want, and type in these 4 words. That's the keyword right there. Map. It'll be like the 4th hit or something. You're looking for this one right here. Click on that. It takes you to this thing, which is a whole rabbit hole. So I don't know who made this thing, but whoever you are, you're a legend. It's incredible. Let me show you what this is. Oh, and by the way, I'm gonna try my hardest to show you this stuff without getting this video taken down and my account's fucked up, because you're really super not allowed to talk about this for reasons. So this is our map right here, and over here I've got Google Earth up so that you can see more easily. So this hotel right here, that's the Mandalay Bay Hotel. It's that one right there, and they're hosting this country music concert right there in October of 2017. And then some super effed up shit happens, and this is where the map comes in. This is all archived evidence, videos, 911 calls, autopsy reports. This video right here, for example, so when you click on it, it gives you the video, it gives you descriptions and timestamps. You can watch the video, click. So if you don't know what's about to happen in this video, don't worry, you're not gonna see anything graphic. I'm intentionally just gonna show you the ones where you hear what's happening. I need to remind you, you're just at a country music concert in downtown Las Vegas, and then all of a sudden, you hear that? That is exactly what you think it is. So the official story is that just this one dude just went and kitted out his hotel room with like an entire militia's worth of guns and ammunition, and then just lost his mind out the window. And just to be clear, that's exactly what happened. So everything else I'm about to show you is just like coincidences and misinformation and weird 911 reports and people just losing their minds in general. And it's mostly all fake, because he's the only guy that night that did any shooting at all, because he actually took his own life at the end of it. The cops didn't even get to his room until like an hour after he was out of there. Like, not like he never left his room. He just like, he left of his own accord, theoretically, on his own. He was all alone. There's no one else in the room. But anyways, that's why when you look at the map, there's all these like reportings around the hotel, and there's all this horrible shit that happened right here in the festival. That's also why there's this 911 call happening over here to the side that I listen to, that you can listen to too. You just click on the little link, it's all linked up, where he clearly describes that he had direct visual on 2 dudes carrying the things that, you know, in that hotel running in a direction, and he made a 911 call about it. That's also why up here at the Excalibur, there's like 3 different 911 calls about this of the Excalibur. If you're not familiar with Las Vegas geography, that's where our dude is, the guy doing the bad stuff. We're like down here now in that building. But wait, there's more. There's also like 10 different 911 calls from the Tropicana saying there's stuff going on inside of that building. That's all these right here. There's video, there's phone calls, those are all 911 calls. Then there's all these eyewitness videos of them like completely shutting down this intersection for what sure seemed like them suspecting there was some bad dudes around that area. Despite, remember, there's just one bad guy, and he's just way up there in his little hotel room window, and he never left until he totally checked out of reality. While he still had like more than half of his stash of ammo just chilling with him, and the cops were not even at his door for another hour, mind you. He just was like, I'm tired, I'm going to bed, like the long bed. Totally logical behavior for someone of this persuasion. Then there's this absolute clusterfuck of 911 calls from the Bellagio. People reporting things like that. Again, to clarify, one bad guy there, that's it. But the Bellagio is like way down here. Where's the Bellagio? It's like one of these guys, I think. Oh shit, no, it's even further down. It's right here, way down here. Like, we're talking like This dude has somehow like made all of these dudes panic and think that there's something going on inside this building. Then you move up to the Mirage. There's more. Caesar's Palace, Mirage, right there. 911 call. You can listen to it yourself. It's recorded. The Venetian, same thing. Listen to the 911 call. That's not to mention that something seriously fishy happened at this helicopter tour spot right here, which you can see right here, where there's these 911 calls that came in from there, where dude's girlfriend calls and is like, yo, something super bad is happening here. And they're all locked down and they're hiding. And one woman was injured. It's really not clear what happened to Sundance helicopters, but what is clear is there was some super weird helicopter stuff happening that night. You can see them in the videos, like helicopters that aren't police, that aren't supposed to be there, that don't officially exist. But then people started digging through the flight logs.
Later at 9:45, the same three helicopters that left earlier began to return from the north, head south across the strip, and then stop and begin to hover above the Mandalay Bay area for several minutes. By 9:50, all three helicopters hovering above Mandalay Bay turn off their transponders 15 minutes before the shooting begins, and they do not go back on until after the shooting at the festival ceases.
15 minutes before everything starts. And there's this whole rabbit hole to be done with a special kind of helicopter. I'm told that it uses its exhaust to be its rear, like, stabilizers instead of having a rear propeller. Makes it super quiet. Anyways, sidetracked. Anyways, there's way too much here to fit into a short form video. It's already super long. I'll do a longer video about it at some point, but you should really go check out this map for yourself and just, like, think about it, think for yourself. There's a great documentary on Rumble called Route 91. I think her name is Mindy. Did a great job of compiling like the story and the evidence. She's a little intense, but you know. But she also doesn't go into this whole deeper layer, and I don't know why she doesn't. I'm just gonna like benefit of the doubt, but there's a whole layer beneath what happened that leads to Saudi Arabia. Mohammed bin Salman, the transition of the crown prince, the Khashoggis, Jamal Khashoggi getting, shall we say, julienned a year later to the day. I mean, it's literally like, what would happen if a Jason Bourne movie happened in real life and then the government had to cover up whatever the hell had just happened in downtown Las Vegas? This would be the story that you get. It was all just one psychopathic dude with an absolute truckload of weapons and bump stocks, mind you. Those never malfunction. And it just happened to take the police like an hour and a half to even get to his room. By then, he was already just sick of the whole charade and had already gone to bed, despite having an entire cache of weapons and ammunition still ready to go. And all these other reports from the night of videos and 911 calls and people freaking out, they were just crazy Las Vegas people. They were just hallucinating, making up stories all up and down the strip. Although in a few instances, those stories did drop like automatic handguns on the ground that civilians picked up and handed to police officers like, yo, I found this. It doesn't belong here. I'm for real. If you don't know about this rabbit hole, go research this rabbit hole. Rest in peace to all the civilians that unfortunately lost their lives that day, because what a tragedy. Like, just at a music festival trying to live your life. It's honestly like really heartbreaking, because on this map, these are all autopsy reports, and you can read the details, and I'm not going to go into them right now because something about that just seems kind of wrong on camera. But they're like teachers and mothers and like people with families, and it's just like, it's a little choking to actually turn it, like, stop looking at it as like a crazy story and like a blah, and to actually think about like the human lives in this world. Because too often the news just turns into like news and clickbait and arguments on Twitter, but like this is real life, and these are people.
Shalom. First off, I give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, Yahweh being the true name for the Father, Yahushai being the name for his only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Jesus Christ. I want to give double honors to our apostles and elders, great millstone, taught us truth and will well. The salutations to you, hopeful light, pushing truth, and all honesty and sincerity. This is Buddy Yawasop, coming at you, not lessons to the spirit, power, Yahweh Shemel Shai. This lessons coming to the spirit. I came across this video that was shared with me on IG and inspired me to do this lesson. Okay, I'm going to start off with a preset. I'm going to come back and we're going to review some of these comments about this information this guy brought out, which is very eye-opening. Okay, this is the book of Isaiah 30, verse 1. It says, "Woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust of the shadow of Egypt your confusion." Okay, so when you trust in the government, the system, too much, that's going to be your shame and confusion. And a lot of you are going to be set up to the point to where you can lose your life. Here it is, these people were just going in to see a country concert. Little to know that was going to be the end of their lives right there for many. And then we just been fed to the story that it's just one person from one little room, in a hotel that did everything. But clearly, when you look at that map and information you brought out, it proves that there were multiple people that were letting rounds off, that were taking people's lives, man. Okay, and here's a comment here from one of the person on the video. I'll read it. It says, "As someone who was there and ran for her life, I can confirm that there were multiple people, deadly people." It says, "We ran from the festival grounds to the airport hangar, and shots were coming from various directions. When talked about it, they gaslit us and told us that we were under a lot of stress, and it was just the sound of echoing off different buildings, and there was only one person that was doing everything. It's unsettling that the world will never know the truth of what really happened that night." And there's multiple comments of people saying the same thing. Another person says, "I was there and saw multiple people doing these things. So there was a man and a woman warning everyone about 30 minutes before." Jason Alden went on saying that we were all going to pass away and leave the concert. And to leave the concert, they got escorted out. They went in the local news that night and they can't find the video since. You see? Now, we'll never know 100% the real reason why this took place, why, they set this up. But ultimately, we know bits and pieces of reasons for it. And it's starting to lean towards their agendas of justifying, confiscating people's right to bear arms. Okay? To usher in martial law without, with the least amount of resistance as possible when they want to make their moves. Now, this happened in 2017, and it's been 7 years since this incident, and that's 7 is completion. And when you look at what's going on this year with this election, there's a lot of talks that there's a civil war coming. So for those of you that want to stay in this mindset of bliss, being naive, that nothing is ever going to happen here, it's never going to happen in your lifetime, nothing's going to happen to you, you are mistaken. You are highly mistaken. This right here is evidence. Hey, this was a mass execution that took place in that city in 2017 here in the U.S. And it took place on people that were just attending on going to a concert. So be very circumspect in these times that we're living in and places that you choose to go to. Okay? Because Esau's time is cut short, and he's going to make his move. He's going to set up and orchestrate and stage different crises to bring about chaos, to ultimately usher in that they need to give justification for the masses. Hey, we need to take control of all this. We need to put micro C-hips in people. We need to have FEMA camps for these people. Okay? I'm rewinding a little bit here because as he's speaking, because there's something that popped up on the screen as far as the footage the map that he's showing. You know, one of those, there's an iconic building over there in Las Vegas. Okay. And what are the chances that that hotel or that building is what? Look to the right of the screen here of this computer monitor. You see that right there? Why is there a pyramid there? Because this place is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. And we go back to the scriptures. In Isaiah 30, it said, woe to the rebellious children. Woe means destruction. And line 2 says, and trust in the saddle of Egypt. Therefore, it's going to be confusion and shame. And many people are going to pass away and you know, perish, dying and trusting in this place that's going to commit murders onto them. Okay? There's a video I want to play real quick.
Acknowledge our nation's true and full history, including book bans. Book bans in this year of our Lord 2024. We want to ban assault weapons, and they want to ban books. Can you imagine?
So there you have it. She said it right there. She wants to ban assault weapons. And she said that during her term, what she wanted to do is to implement that. And it's no coincidence that in Georgia, a few days ago, there was another school shooting that took place. You know, and when you see how that map that dude showed, how that was orchestrated, it isn't far-fetched that they orchestrate and may pay off somebody to do these type of events in these schools to help push forward their agendas. You know, because there was also a assassination attempt on Donald Trump. So times are turning up, man. And you people are living in times where, you know, Esau can really make moves to mass exterminate so many people. And you sit there trusting that your vote's gonna matter and shit like that. But yet they orchestrating shit like this, man. You know? And best believe they're gonna want to cause more red flags or false flag attacks and shit like this to happen in this place, to really push in a civil war, to justify bringing the UN, rolling on people and putting them in camps and bringing out that MOTB, man. So be very circumspect when you're out going to concerts, and, you know, I would have tried to avoid big mass gatherings in general, because they definitely making big moves. And we can expect another major event way worse than what happened in Vegas in 2017. Way worse, especially as we get approach this election. You know, he's showing on the app they had actual helicopters that went completely black and dark and turned off all communication and trackability. You know, just 30 minutes before, or 30 minutes before all this shit took place, and people saw them, you know, getting off the helicopters, mowing people down. You see? This man's the devil, man, that's doing all this shit. This is 2 Corinthians 2:11 says, lest Satan should get advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Right? Not ignorant of the things he's done. You know, you got 9/11 coming up, that date. And we all know what really took place that day. There was no planes involved in that shit. That was a demolition. There's been so much evidence is coming out. So if they're willing to do that to massive amount of people in that event, in the Las Vegas event, what's next? Especially when there's common knowledge talk among everyone that there's a civil war coming. Y'all better get right, man. Pay attention. This is Ecclesiastes 12:10. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Sometimes it takes a little while for that rust to start showing on that fresh iron, but it always shows. Don't trust in these devils, man. Don't trust in the bullshit they fed you on the news and their news stories. You got to get it from the source of the people that were there and whipping out their phones. The source of the testimonies around to tell you something very big happened that day in 2017, larger than what people know. And he even mentioned that there's hints of Saudi Arabia being involved. So, you know, you never know. And then we've seen other videos where on the news reports, like they came out with crisis actors. They've been in other school shootings and other recorded news events, and the same people, same actors popping up. You know, you can't trust in the media. They're going to tell you what they want to, groom you into believing. Not what actually happened or take place or what's going on. What's going on is this nation's finished. The dollar's getting ready to collapse, and you will have invasions, man. You will have real invasions. You will have boots on the ground on U.S. soil. Ultimately, the most heated part of the world war is going to take place in the Middle East. But there will be war on U.S. soil, too. You people are about to get touched and experience true chaos and true terrifying fear from all the evil that's to come. This is Revelation 12:12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." So these Edomites know that their time is about to be up. The leader of the Edomites know. Your everyday average Edomites, they don't have no clue, man. They feel in the spirit that they're finished, but they don't really know for sure what's getting ready to come. But the prophets are giving you right now what's getting ready to happen. So what's this going to do is put these Edomites, back them into the corner where they're going to try to, exterminate us, man, and try to kill us in mass numbers. They're going to come with great wrath. You're going to see things worse than these situations going on with these schools. Because he knoweth that he hath but a short time, very short time here left. He's about to be done, finished. Get another preset. This is the book of 2 Ezra 15 and 17. It says, "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able." Right? Because you're going to have total chaos and destruction, civil war happening. Not going to be able to go city to city. Okay? So a lot of stuff is coming down the pipeline, man. Don't trust in this devil. Don't trust in him at all, man. Pay attention to these prophecies, these signs. Be very circumspect when go in certain areas, because this guy's about to really make his move in a big way. And these other countries, between these countries, are rising heavily too. You never know that when they're going to let something off, it's going to fly over that ocean and strike one of these cities. And you don't want to be in that zone of destruction. So get right with the Heavenly Father now. Okay, so with that, those was us edifying. I'm going to close out. Give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh. By Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakadash. The honors to our apostles and elders, great millstone, taught us truth and will. So I just do hold like was just truth and honest sincerity. Shalom.